Hey everyone, in today's video, I will be making this eyeshadow look with the Gargoyle palette from Unearthly Cosmetics, and I'm also wearing a lip combo from them. I almost did black lipstick, but I chickened out because I've never done it before. So this is what we came up with. So if you're interested in seeing how I got to this look, keep on watching. All right, so the star of the show is the Gargoyle palette, and this has so many beautiful shades, and I feel like it is a bit more cool than some of the others that I've seen. Hopefully you can see this. So it's got some grays and some dark blue and then some fun glitter shades as well. And there are definitely, I feel like I really have to go into the shade Guardian because it's got like a little color flip to it. It's like gold and green. But this one is so beautiful too, this Mystic Stone. Ooh, see, you see it as purple and I see it as then like, I don't know. It's so beautiful. So I will definitely insert swatches because there's only so many shades. And should I try and do a different look? No. Okay. I'm going to keep this simple. I'm going to do my best. And we're just going to play. I don't know exactly what to do. I feel like you could just do a couple, like this brown and this like kind of green color. Just those two colors would be really pretty together. So, man. Oh, I'm so torn. There's so many of them that have this beautiful reflect. I'm just mesmerized by it. Also, so I do want to say thank you so much to Unearthly Cosmetics because they did send me this palette. There are a couple of other pieces in this collection that I went ahead and purchased on my own. And those are going to include the Gargoyle Matte Liquid Lipstick Trio and the Lip Gloss Trio. So one of the reasons that I wanted to do this was because I've never done straight black lipstick, and I felt like one of these would be pretty darn close to that with like this gloss as well, the way that it was going to work. And I was like, wow, okay, so maybe I need to try that. Also, this seems like a break from the different type of packaging that they had before that had like the little globes. These are more, gosh, they're just different, but they're so beautiful. They use really beautiful components on this, and I'm really excited to try these. So there's more of like a mauve and a raspberry and then like a darker color, but then the corresponding glosses, there are also some highlighters, liquid highlighters, which I really like their formula. It's just that I already have so many of the highlighters right now that I didn't want to bring in extra, so I just went with these. Now look at this. The lip gloss has like, especially this one, it's got like almost a peacocky, right, where it's like purple and green and blue all at the same time, and then like a crystalline gloss, and then like a black kind of with purple tinge. So I think these are stunning. So I figured do the liquid lipstick with the glosses, and that would be really, really pretty. And then last but not least, I just thought it would be kind of fun to stick with the Unearthly theme. I've done my base, which is just my foundation, and I thought it might be fun to go into one of the blush shades that they did from their spring release, which was Spring Magic, and this blush palette I thought would be really fun. Now I'm kind of starting to think I should be inspired to go with some of that purples. It might be fun to do almost like a purple monochromatic thing. Do I dare? Do I dare? Maybe, maybe. Okay, so now that we're in here, ooh, I'm not gonna lie, I'm intimidated. I'm not exactly sure what I'm gonna do. Just go with me, okay? And I've got just a little cuppy here today of BK Beauty brushes. So in case you're wondering any of the brushes that I'm using for today, at least, they are going to be BK Beauty ones, and I can list them in the description. I believe I still have a valid discount code over at BK Beauty, so if you're interested in that, as well as Unearthly Cosmetics, I believe I still have a code over there too, so you could, if you're interested in anything, get a discount on it. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go in with this one, this Ancient Spire right here, just as kind of a big fluffy first kind of, you know what I'm saying. I haven't yet swatched anything, so you're just going to have to I will insert swatches, hopefully. So I've been super impressed with the Unearthly Cosmetics formula. I was first introduced to them on the first Creators and Friends trip that I took, which was in Charleston. And they had gifted us the Don't Be Jelly eyeshadow. They had gifted us the Don't Be Jelly eyeshadow palette, which was my first use of anything from that company, and it was really good. So good, in fact, that later when I started seeing them do some of these other fall releases, I decided to buy them on my own. So on my own, I ordered the Fall Sorceress or Sorceress Magic, Sorceress Smoke palette, as well as the Dreamer palette. So I bought those two on my own. And I have to say, because I love purple, I thought that the Dreamer palette was going to be my favorite. But Sorceress Smoke, it has been absolutely hands down probably my favorite palette that I've gotten from them, and I just love it. I have a couple of shorts that I've done with looks from it, and you can, because it's like brown and greens and just like beautiful gold like shimmers, you can make such beautiful looks with that. I love that palette. So if you're looking for other recommendations, I mean, Don't Be Jelly is great and the Dreamer is good if you love purples and silvers, but Sorceress Smoke, man, especially for fall, that is such a good palette. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this color here, Perched. It's just a bit deeper, and I'm going to go in with, you know what, just a slightly smaller poofy brush. That is the very technical term. Slightly less poofy brush, and just kind of work that out here. And by chance, if you see my little candle going on back here, that is from the collection that Makeup Just for Fun did with, oh goodness, Fantasy Cosmetica. That one on more pigmented than the first side. And I've really been enjoying it. It's one of those crackling ones too, so it makes sound as you're burning it. So if you see it, don't be alarmed. If you hear it, enjoy. I'm going to go back in with that very first brush just to kind of tame down some of this edge. Okay, now that I've done that, I'm going to go in with a bit more of like a flat brush. This one's a little bit dirty, that's okay. Here's my Sigma switch to get off and knock off some of that pigment. Okay. If you've never used one of the Sigma switches, they're so good to help knock off some of that extra pigment so you can switch colors but use the same brush. Okay, so I'm going to go in with this Sinister Figure, this purple right here. And then, oh gosh, I'm having a hard time thinking, do I want to go with this one or this? I think I'm going to end up going with this one. Ooh, this is tough, man. You know what? I think I'm going to bring it kind of all over. Now, one thing I will say, at least I had with the Don't Be Jelly eyeshadow palette, is that I did notice that it did stain a little bit on my eyelid. So just something to keep in mind. It didn't necessarily bother me, but it is something that I did notice that with the purple, especially the really deep dark purple, that it could possibly stain your eyelid. So this could be the same. I feel like it's coming up as like a bit more pinkish on screen, but I feel like it doesn't look like that in real life as much. Okay, so now what I think I'm gonna do, I think I'm gonna do it with my finger just because I feel like a lot of their, oh, that's so beautiful. A lot of their shadows, and you see that, just really, oh wow, tend to look prettier with that. Oops, I got it on my finger and then I scrunched it up a little bit. You see? Oh my gosh. I feel like you could do just this for a really beautiful, not too far out there, but something definitely wow and special moment. And that was so easy. Look at that. It's so beautiful. And then because the last third, I'm not going fully out there because I think I'm going to deepen it up just a bit. Just a bit. What do I want to do? I feel like that's so pretty, and I'm wondering how blue I can make it look. So I'm going to take this one, this Night Watcher. It's kind of in this blue dark row, and I'm going to smudge it on the outside. Yeah, you see that? Just to deepen it. Yes. And then just to make sure that it's kind of blended, I'm going to go back with one of those brushes and just kind of look at that piece right down the center where the two colors meet. So hopefully you can see it's just a little bit deeper and darker out there now. In fact, I might even go in there with that brush, and so I'm just going to dip between a little bit of Night Watcher and a little bit of that Sinister Figure. And I'm going to kind of hit this outside edge. Hopefully you can see that. So again, in this guy and this guy together, and just hit that outside edge. Now I have noticed that I've been using a lot of these glitters and with a brush and with my finger, and I haven't had a ton of anything falling down onto my face. I did today do my foundation first, so I was a little concerned. I didn't know if there's going to be a ton of fallout, but so far I don't see a bunch of sparkles hanging out on my face. So there's that. I think it's a nice little addition. And then what I'm going to do is I am going to use a pencil brush like this guy, and I am going to I'm going to go with the super light color towards the inner third of my eye. And then I'm going to hit it with a darker color on the outside edge. There we go. I feel like now we're getting a little bit of that ultraviolet kind of feel. And then I'm going to hit it with this Night Watcher and Sinister Figure. Again, basically on the last half. And then what I think I'll do is I'm going to use this color down here in the corner, which is Cathedral Shadow. And it's basically like a dark charcoal kind of black. I'm going to hit this edge and then just extend out a bit. Give myself a little wing. Trying to kind of elongate that eye just a little bit. And of course, if you had like a more precise brush, this would... I'm using a pretty fat pencil brush here, so it's a little more sloppy and the line is a lot more pronounced. So I should have gone in with maybe a little bit smaller of a brush, but that's okay. Bring some of that dark towards in. And I'm going to take that little tiny brush and I'm just going to hit that edge and push that little color from the wing upwards so it's not too harsh. Okay, so there is the look. I don't think it's too scary, right? I think it's kind of pretty purple, pinks. I think it's approachable. I don't know, whatever you want to say approachable is. All right, so let's go ahead and switch into the cheek, because the thing that kicked this off for me was this little cheek color that was in the purples. So I'm thinking the deep dark purple and then this one on the apple of the cheek. Let's see. I don't always like go for super strong, bold blushes like this, but I was like, I kind of want to just give it a shot. So I've got a small angled precise kind of cheeker here. I'm going to use this one starting on the apples. This one, I know it looks scary as a palette, but you really can kind of play in with layering. And then I'm going to go in with this dark color, dark. Give it a good tap. I mean, you can see how dark this color looks in the pan, but it's still wearable. Really, just go in with the light hand, build it up slowly. Don't go crazy all in one go. Or you can, you know, you do you. And the smaller the brush, the more precise the application for you to be able to just kind of place that color, especially any of the bolder color, precisely where you want it. So even though it's a purple blush and it's a very strong color, I don't think it's overwhelming at all. I think it's really, really pretty. I'm going to do a little bit more, in fact. The blush blindness has gotten to me. I like it. All right, so there is that. And then now it's time for the lipstick. So there are 3 lipsticks here, and because I kind of want to play with the black and the raspberry more so. So I'm wondering if maybe if I lay down the black and then do the raspberry, because I don't think it would look that good going the other direction, right? I don't know. Okay, so I'm going to start with this guy. And do I have a mirror? I will use this that I had. And I'll use it almost like a lip liner, let's say. Maybe I'll turn this. I don't want to go too crazy because like I've never, I know this looks crazy, but I've never done completely black lipstick. So this is baby steps. Now I'm going to go in with this other color here and I'm going to kind of fill in the middle and then kind of press my lips together and just kind of think I've darkened this raspberry color. Does that make sense? Hopefully the camera is fighting for its life with the lighting. It's because I also turned off the lights because I was like, ooh, it's a moody palette, so. First of all, that color is by itself really, really pretty. Now I'm going to take a brush and just kind of maybe bring it all together. It's not necessarily a lip brush, but you know, what are you going to do? It is now. It is today. You know what I mean? It is today. I don't feel like you have that long to play, so I'm going to throw some gloss on this too. The black gloss. Dark purple gloss, I mean, apparently. So that I can move around the product that's underneath. Wow. Oh, wow. Now, like I said, I have never done just straight black lips before, so I'm having quite the moment of shock in seeing this. I don't know exactly how I feel. So you tell me, what do we think of like a dark raspberry, but like black lip? You know where you see something on someone else and you're like, oh my gosh, yes. And then you see something on yourself and you're like, whoa, I'm not sure. I'm having one of those like, I'm not sure how I feel about it moments. I don't know. How do I feel? You all tell me how I feel. The one thing is I don't necessarily want to get black all onto the lip gloss wand, so I'm putting some on my finger and adding a little to the center. Okay, I feel like that helped. I like that I've kept layering all of these things on top of each other, and they seem to be going on each other very, very well and building. I like those glosses because even though there's glitter in them, I don't feel like a lot of the glitter on my lips. So that's actually kind of nice. Interrupting my own video for just a second to show you a second lip look. And as I was taking off all of the lipstick, what was left behind was a pretty little shimmer sparkle, I think from this gloss. So I decided to go back in with another layer of this gloss and just really rub it in. And it was like there was a lip stain that happened in this pink purple color, and then I put this on there with the gloss, and I think it looks really, really nice. So this is a second lippy look with this gloss after wiping off all of the other lipsticks. And I really like it. And I wanted to share. Back to the video. So here is the finished look. I'd love to get your guys's and gals' opinions. What do we think of it? I'm really excited to keep playing with it because I feel like there's a lot that you can do inside of this palette as well. So a couple of other combinations I was thinking about is right up here in this top row is doing like this in this crease, this on the outer edge, and then this right in the center of like a really fun halo eye, or the same type of thing, halo eye with like this guy, this sinister dark purple on the outside and inside, and then using either of these beautiful ones in the center. You could do the same with like in this blue family, and like how stunning is this guy here. And I really want to play with this one here, which also has like a fun shift. So many combos to still play with, and if you would be interested in seeing, you know, a couple more looks with this palette, please comment it and let me know. I am not the most skilled with makeup, obviously, but I'm still having fun playing. So anything that you see and you would be interested in, I will put a link in the description for the product, and if I have a discount code, I'll have it right there. You don't have to use them. That is totally up to you. You can always Google the product or just go to the link and not use a code, or use someone else's code if you have someone in mind that you also watch their videos and love and they have a code. Please feel free. But I wanted to share my thoughts with you. Thank you so much to Unearthly Cosmetics for sending me over the palette. I was so excited to get to try it, and I hope you all are having an amazing day. I'll see you in a video very soon. Bye.